After attending the session of the Indian National Congress at Surat, VOC on his return decided to work on building a political organization. While looking for an able orator, he came across Subramaniya Shiva, a Swadeshi preacher. From February to March 1907, both the leaders addressed meetings on a daily basis at the beach in Tuticorin, educating the people about the Swadeshi and boycott campaign. The meetings were attended by thousands of people. These public gatherings were closely monitored by the administration. In 1998, the abject working and living conditions of coral milk workers attracted the attention of POC and Siva. In the next few days, both leaders addressed the mill workers. In March 1998, the workers of the coral cotton mills, inspired by the address, went on strike. It was one of the earliest organized labor agitations in India. The strike of the mill workers was fully backed by the nationalist newspapers. The mill workers, however, did not budge and were supported by the government, which had decided to suppress the strike. To further increase the pressure on the workers, the leaders were prohibited from holding any meetings in Tuticorin. Finally, the mill workers decided to negotiate with the workers and consider their demands. The victory of the workers generated excitement among the militants in Bengal, and it was hailed by the newspapers in Bengal. For instance, Aurobindo Ghosh Bande Mataram hailed the strike as forging a bond between educated class and the masses, which is the great step towards Swaraj. Every victory of Indian labor is a victory for the nation. The growth of newspapers both in English and Tamil language aided the Swadeshi movement in Tamil Nadu. G. Subramaniam was one of the first among the leaders to use newspapers to spread nationalist uh, message across a larger audience. Subramaniam, along with five others, founded the Hindu in English and Swadeshi Mitran, which was the first ever Tamil daily. In 1906, a book published by Subramaniam to condemn the British actions during the Congress conference in Barsal. Swadeshi Mitran extensively reported nationalist activities, particularly the news regarding VOC and his speeches in Tuticorin. Subramaniya Bharathi became the sub-editor of Swadeshi Mitram around the time in 1904 when Indian nationalism was working for looking for a fresh direction. Bharathi was also editing the Chakravarthini, a Tamil monthly devoted to the cause of Indian women. Two events had a significant impact on Subramaniya Bharathi. A meeting in 1905 with Sister Niveda, an Irish woman and a disciple of Vivekananda, whom he referred to as Guru Mani, greatly inspired his nationalist ideas. The churning within the Congress on the nature of engagement with the British rule was also a contributory factor. As discussed earlier in his lesson, the militants ridiculed the mendicancy of the moderates who wanted to follow the constitutional methods. Bharati had little doubt in his mind that the British rule had to be challenged with the fresh effort and methods applied by the militant nationals appealed to him more. For instance, his fascination with Hitler grew after the Surat session of the Congress in 1907. He translated into Tamil Tilak's tenets of the new party and a booklet on the Madras militants trip to the Surat Congress in 1907. Bharati edited a Tamil weekly, India, which became the voice of the radicals. In March 9, 1907, Bipin Chandra Pal was released from prison after serving a 6-month jail sentence. The Swadeshi leaders in Tamil Nadu planned to celebrate the day of his release in Swarajya at Internal Way. The local administration refused permission. VOC Subramaniya Shiva and Padmanabha Iyengar defied the ban and went ahead. They were arrested on March 12, 1908 on charges of sedition. On 7th July, VOC and Subramaniya Shiva were found guilty and imprisoned on charges of sedition. Shiva was awarded a sentence of 10 years of transportation for his seditious speech, whereas VOC got a life term of 20 years for abetting him. VOC or aiding him. VOC was given another life sentence for his own seditious speech. This draconian sentence reveals how seriously the Tirunelveli agitation was viewed by the government. Repression of the Sodesi efforts in Tuticorin and the subsequent arrest and humiliation of the Sodesi leaders generated anger among youth. A plan was hatched to avenge the Tirunelveli event. A sustained campaign in the newspapers about the repressive measures of the British administration also played a decisive role in building people's anger against administration. In June 1911, the collector of Tirunelveli, Robert Ashe, was shot dead at Maniachi railway station by Vanchinathan, born in the Travancore state in 1880. He was employed as a forest guard at Punalur in the then Travancore state. He was one of the members of the radical group called Bharata Mata Association. The aim of the association was to kill the European officers and inspire Indians to revolt, which they believed would eventually lead to Swaraj. Vanchinathan was trained in the use of a revolver as part of the mission by V.V. Subramanian in Puducherry. In Pondicherry, after shooting Ashe at Maniacham Junker, Vanchinathan shot himself with the same pistol. As the fallout of the repressive movement taken by the colonial movement, the nationalist movement in Tamil Nadu entered a period of lull, and some of the rebellion happened only with the Home Rule movement in 1916.